What's going on, guys? Cody here with Dangle Nation, coming at you from the Crappie Cave. That's right, it's where I keep all my gear, all my stuff, keep it on the ready to use. So guys, as y'all know, we're moving into that winter time crappie fishery, winter slash pre-spawn slash spawn. This video is going to take you all the way through to probably March, April of next year. So I get a lot of questions all the time about, hey, Cody, what gear do I use? What do you recommend? How do you set it up? What things do you recommend to use to catch crappie when you walk the banks or when you're fishing shallow? That's what today's gear dive is all about. All the gear that we use to catch slabs in the shallow waters. So y'all stick around. All right, first things first, you all know we got to have the most important tool of the trade, a fishing pole, right guys? We got to have poles to catch the fish. Now, as y'all know, we just partnered up with Outlaw crappie poles. Y'all check them out, fishoutlaw.com. They make a fantastic product. Now, y'all may be asking yourselves, well, you used to use a bunch of other poles, and I did. For the past year or two, we've been going through different poles, different brands, different techniques that we fish with using these products. And guys, I can honestly say I give no monetary value, no monetary gain from what I'm about to say at all. This is just me, a fisherman just like you, using a product, thinking of budget, practicality, usability, and durability. And guys, I have landed on what I think is one of the best poles that I have used. And y'all know that those are the Outlaw crappie poles. And guys, today I have here my 7.2, my 8.2, my 10, and my 11 foot to talk to y'all about. So obviously you need a fishing pole at first. Now, coming in first right here is my 7.2 two-piece. All of the poles in the video today are all two pieces. This is the Outlaw Classic 7.2. IM7. It's a great pole. It's a two-piece. It's very collapsible, very versatile. You can store it, go a lot of places with it. The next one I have is my 8.2. Now, when I buy poles, this is me personally, I always buy them in sets. I don't know why, I just always have, and it's probably because I like to narrow down which ones I like. I actually just made a video yesterday with my 7.2 and my 8.2, so make sure you smash the subscribe button because that video is coming out after this one. And it's where I put these poles to use for y'all to see. I've been using them for several weeks now, but this will be the first videos with them in them. I gotta vet them, I gotta use them. You know, I don't want to be out here just telling y'all about a bad product. But anyway, so the 8.2 and the 7.2, both are awesome poles, amazing flexibility on them, and sensitivity. Guys, I can feel a very, 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 very light thump on them, and as well as feel a freaking hammer. Just take it, set the hook. The backbone on these is super awesome. It's very rigid, it's very durable. And guys, I don't know if it has something to do with how they build their rod tips, but several of the other brands that we use, the rod tips are not as durable. These Outlaw poles, man, I have yet to break a rod tip on them. I've been using my 10 foot. If you follow the channel, I've been using the 10 foot for, gosh, probably 5 or 6 months now. And things that I have done with that pole have caused other brands to break in the past. And that one's right here. So this is my 10 foot Pro. Now, my 10 and 11 foot poles have the SE or Sensi tip on them. I love that thing. The Sensi tip makes it that much better to feel those light bites. I use these when I'm fishing deep water. And the deeper I get in the water with these poles, the more I can feel. You can feel the lightest of thumps, but it again has enough backbone and enough rigidity to snap that fish, pull it up, and you're not gonna break these things, man. If you do break one of these poles, though, they do have replacement parts. But guys, if you break one of these Outlaw crappie poles, you're hooked into a mondo. And then ending it out right here with my 11 foot two-piece Pro SE, and y'all can see the SE they have the Sensi tip on them. You can see by the label there. And again, that Sensi tip just makes the sensitivity of them that much better than from the classics. But again, if I'm walking a bank, I'm walking with a 7.2 or an 8.2 classic Outlaw. That's what I'm going with. All right, guys. Now, what's next? Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I like this brand. A lot of y'all don't like them. But my reels, every one of my crappie reels are Guggen 1000 series green and black reels. All of them. All the reels you see in my videos, they're all Guggen series green, or like this one's the black series. Green or black series reels, 1000 series. I really enjoy these reels. I've used several reels in the past. I started with an IP fishing reel, which is great. If you're just starting out, check those out at Academy IP fishing reels. It's a whole combo for like 40 bucks. If you're just new to the game, I suggest try that. Make sure you like crappie fishing. Those reels are awesome. But I really love the fluidity of the Guggen reels. I love how easy they are to cast. They're very durable. I've used these for probably over a year now. No issues at all, none at all. The only thing I do not like is they don't have the selector switch on the bottom. And so when that comes in handy is if you flip it, the bail will free spool backward. And so that is awesome when you're trying to spool the line, or not spool the line, when you're trying to set up a pole, run the line up the pole through the eyelets, you can flip the switch over and pull it with the bail still down, so your line doesn't go everywhere. That's my one improvement that I would make to the Guggen, both green and black series rods. Doesn't have the switch, but other than that, it's a great reel. The drag is awesome. You can set up, it's ambidextrous. You can go left-handed, right-handed with it. They're very nice. They're very fluid. I've had them in some rough spots. The bearings are good. I like them, guys. That's what I like. Now, so I talked about a pole. We talked about our reels. Now, let's go with line here. So, guys, just like I've said in previous videos, I'm pulling this stuff right off the wall. I keep it on deck because that's how much I use it. Guys, y'all know I made a video about this previously, but I'm running CGAR Red Label 12 pound, 10 or 12 pound, depending on what I'm fishing. I've been leaning on 12 a lot more lately, but the Red Label, it's 100% fluorocarbon, my apologies. The reason I use Red Label now is because the Red Label is abrasion resistant. So it says right there, abrasion resistance on the label. I won't lie to you, when I saw that I thought, okay, whatever. Guys, I'm telling you right now, and Rods and Reel, you can drop a comment down below and let them know if you want to. This line is significantly stronger than other lines that I've used before. I've used Berkeley, I've used, what do I got up here? I have all these other ones, Berkeley, Vanish, even Guggen's line, no offense Guggen. But guys, that 10 to 12 pound fluorocarbon Red Label CGAR, you can't go wrong with it. I'm telling you right now, it's a fantastic line to use. All right, so we got your pole. You can check out Outlaw, fishoutlaw.com. We got our reels. Check out GuggenSquad.com or shopcarls.com. Again, guys, I'm not sponsored by any of these people. This is just brands that I use that I genuinely enjoy and think that you will also benefit from using. Line, we're going with Red Label CGAR, 10 to 12 pound, depending on your preference. I'm not a big braid guy. They do make a braid. I just have never been a braid guy. I don't know why, I just haven't. I've used it before, didn't like how it fished, didn't like how just the usability of it, just not my thing. Some of you guys love braid, that's fantastic. Not a braid guy myself. We talked about poles, reels, line. Now, what are the jigs am I using? So guys, if you've been around the channel long enough, you know that I'm gonna use Dan's jig heads, 1/8 ounces, with the keeper, and they come in packs of 25. This is what they look like, guys. I'm serious. Look at this. Look. I mean, look, guys. I keep them. I keep them on deck. I order them a couple hundred at a time, just so I have them. If you crappie fish long enough, you know you go through jigs pretty quickly. Now, the great debate on these isn't how good they are. These are fantastic. So they're 1/8 ounce jigs. They have 1/8 ounce, 16th ounce, 32nd ounce, I believe. They have several sizes with a sickle hook. That sickle hook, guys, that hook is incredible. It's good and bad. It's a double-edged sword. So the good news with the sickle hook is it's so sharp it's gonna hook into everything. The bad news is usually when you get it stuck in brush, it's gone. Now the keeper. The keeper is the great debate. I enjoy the keeper. I think it's a fantastic part to the jig. Some people don't like them. I have several guide buddies. They do not like the keeper. So that part is personal preference. But guys, you cannot go wrong with a Dan's jig head. Get them in. You can customize the color of the eye, the size, the color of the head. I always run a white with red eye, or there's like a shimmery silver glitter color. I like that one too. But that's the jig that I'm gonna go with every single time. Now, we have our line, we have our reel, we have our pole, we have our jigs, right? So, and don't get caught up on Dan's jig head. If you don't wanna get those, don't get me wrong, guys. I also have used H2O jig heads before. If you're balling on a budget, go down to Walmart or Academy if you have them in your area. Any 1/8 ounce white jig head will do. I've just found that Dan's last the longest. They're very durable. And they stay sharp as a tack too. So, after that, what we have is our jig bodies. Now, real quick, guys, real quick. So I get a lot of questions about this bag. This tackle bag, you'll see it. You have seen it in several videos that I've done. It's a fantastic bag. I love it. It's got 4 compartments in there. You can see those 4 compartments, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is made by Crappie Mafia. If you go onto the internet, go onto Google, the old Google search engine, type in Crappie Mafia bait bag version 1.0, I believe. This is gonna come up, and that's where I got it. Super affordable. It's like 20 bucks, I think 24, somewhere in that range. Super fantastic though. That's where I got that from. Now, let's talk about jig colors real quick. Now, this is the debate that's old as time. Jig colors is going to depend a lot on, really, A, your personal preference, B, the water you're fishing, and C, whatever you want to use. So, do not get hung up on this portion of the video, guys. Please don't. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm going to tell you what my favorites are. You do whatever you think is best in your area. So, first and foremost, you know, again, we're not sponsored by them or anything, but if you got an academy or you have anywhere that carries these Crappie Magnet Series jigs, I love these purple Crappie Magnet Series. These are purple with chartreuse tails. They're called Therapist. Guys, listen, 9 times out of 12 times I go fishing, this is what I'm using almost the whole time. So Therapist by Crappie Magnet, I love them. They are absolutely fantastic. Rod and reel, you know, my dad, the guy that's in the videos with me, he uses the same type of one, but he uses white. So his look like this. They're white with a chartreuse tail on them. I like the purple and chartreuse tail. That's just me. Now, not a new brand, but one that I've been having a lot of luck with lately is ATX Lure Company has this milk and green baby shad color. I love it. It's doing really great for us. It's the 2-inch version, so if you go to order it, it's baby shad 2-inch by ATX Lure Company. Fantastic color there. I'm just going to hit on the highlights here. And then, of course, I always keep my hand-tied jigs on deck. So these are made by Bass Pro, and it's crazy. You get this whole card for like $5, I think, is what it is. But I use 1/8 ounce and 32nd ounce, I'm sorry, and 16th ounce hand-tied. Green body, what is it? Lime green body, red head, white tail. It's a Marabou jigs. They are awesome. They are super versatile because sometimes the fish get real finicky and they don't want to bite on the actual jig. And sometimes they want minnows, but hand tieds come through for us a lot. And then last but not least, got to go with a black and chartreuse tail. These are made by ATX. We have these, and we also have a set by the Crappie Magnet Series. Fin Commander makes them, the Duck Dynasty guys. So purple is chartreuse, black is chartreuse, hand-tied white body, and this milk and green are all colors that we go to consistently when it comes to catching slabs in the water in the rivers and stuff. So guys, look, I have tons of colors. I mean, I have Guggen's line here, I have Fin Commander, I have ATX, I have Strike King, I have a ton of Bonehead. The ones I showed you are just my immediate go-tos. Those are the ones that I go to first, and then I'll break it down from there. So if any of those colors aren't working, then I'll start throwing randoms at them. I'll throw a green, I'll throw a red, I'll throw a shad color, a glitter. I'll throw smaller ones. I'll go with these. You know, it just depends on the day, the lake, the fishery. And then that seems counterintuitive, but the darker the water, the darker the jig, the lighter the water, the lighter the jig. No idea why that works. But if you're fishing super muddy conditions, I usually go with a darker jig. That's why I like the purple. If it's super clear water, I go with a more natural shad looking bait. Now, if you want to maybe improve the bite or have a better chance at getting a bite, then you can do what old Rod and Reel does, and he uses these crappie nibbles. This is just a random pack I picked up. He prefers the pink ones. I got these to test out on a video. It didn't really have that big of a difference if it's glittery or not, but these crappie power nibbles, my dad always tips his jig with them. He does good with them. I do just as good though. It's personal preference, guys, whatever you want. I have seen that the crappie nibbles do help with high pressured fish or lethargic fish. It does help them react a little bit better. It's just got that smell of bait fish on them. Now, let's move over if you're bobber fishing, if you're gonna be slip corking. So guys, all the stuff I just showed you is for if you're jigging, just straight up jigging. First thing I'll say when you're in the river is to go down to the store and you wanna get you some of these spring-loaded bobbers, guys. These are fantastic. This is a Bass Pro version, but Phil makes a really good one. Phil also makes really good slip corks. Y'all have seen them. I know anyone who crappie fishes long enough knows exactly what those are. But guys, when I'm hitting creeks, I really love a spring-loaded bobber. And the reason is I can just on the fly go up and down, quick down, left, right. I've noted before, I have not found a pole that I like yet that is able to very easily use the rubber bobber stops. So I haven't found a pole yet that is good at accepting these. So these are the little rubber bobber stops. I only have one left on this set. But you see that? Most of the poles we use, that rubber bobber stop gets hung up in the first eyelet. If you have a solution, drop it in the comment section below. But that's why I love these spring-loaded bobbers, because I can also pop them on and off. Let's say I'm using my 7-foot pole and I'm thinking, oh man, there's a brush pile right there that's 10 feet out. Let me grab my 10-foot pole. I can just simply pop the bobber off, pop it on my 10-foot, have that extended reach with the same exact setup. So creek fishing, I'm going to use a spring-loaded bobber a lot. Okay, now I just noted that, so make sure you get some of these bobber stops. We use the rubber bobber stops as well as the threaded bobber stops. And guys, if you have a personal preference on bobber stops, drop in the comment section. I'd love to know. I'd love to test them out. I haven't found one that I'm super happy with when it comes to slip corking for crappie. Now, next up, if you're going to be using minnows and a slip cork, I'll tell you what, guys, these number two long shank Aberdeen panfish hooks, guys, go get you a pack of these. And the reason that you want a pack of these is that shank on them hooks is so much longer. It's significantly longer than a standard hook. So that's a standard panfish hook. That's a number 2 gold Aberdeen long shank hook. And guys, I'm telling you right now, you want that longer length on that hook because it helps when you're hooking up your minnows. Again, this is for slip corking with a minnow. Number 2 panfish long shank Aberdeen hooks. You cannot go wrong with them. And then you want to go with it, whatever bobbers you want. Bobbers are pretty versatile. You can go big or small. Guys, if I'm fishing deep water, I'm using the bigger version. If I'm fishing shallower water, I'm going to be going with this smaller version. So creeks and stuff, I'm going to be using this in some skinny water. When I'm out on the main lake fishing 20, 30 feet, these are the ones I'm going with. You can see the size difference there. That way you can tell. I would call these large and I'd call these small. The problem with the small one on the main lake is by the time the weight and the split shot and all that get down to the bottom with the weight of the line, this bobber just doesn't have enough oomph and it sits kind of like right in there on the water. Whereas these big mumbo jumbos, they'll sit higher up about like that on the water with all the weight underneath them. 100% a weight distribution thing. So again, deep water, big bobber. Shallow water, smaller bobber. Again, personal preference is just what I do. Now, that being said, also, you're going to need your pack of split shots, guys. Do whatever ones you want to use. I believe that these are size 7. Yep, so these are a size 7 split shot. These go right above our jigs or our minnows, especially when we're on deep water. In the creeks and rivers, I don't use those as much. I still will use them, yes, but I use it more for deep water. And just full circle, there's one of them jigs I was telling you about. Don't get too hung up on it. So covered poles, covered reels, fishing line, jigs, jig colors, jig bodies, weights, 1/8 ounce, 32nd ounce, those are the weights that we use the most. Number 7 split shots. Number 2 long shank Aberdeen panfish hooks. Get you some fill bobbers, small and medium size. Get you some spring loaded bobbers. And guys, you'll be off to the races. I mean it. Guys, like I said, I'm not monetarily gaining from anything mentioned in this video. I'll put as many links in the description box as I can below. I simply want y'all to know what we use, how frequently we use it, and the type and brand of stuff that we use. Because guys, we use it all the time. I love it. I'm on the lake several times a week, or I'm walking a river several times a week. Now, this video is a little early for the creek fishing that you could do really well on, and I'm doing that on purpose so that you can get all your gear in order. What we really need is some very consistent cold days to get those fish to push up. So it's a little early right now, but now you know what to use, and make sure you smash the subscribe button because we're going to be doing videos about walking the creeks, how we walk the creeks, what we're looking for, techniques that we use, things of that nature. That's a follow-on to this video, so make sure you smash the subscribe button so you don't miss those uploads. Guys, if you're not part of the Dangle Nation family, it's super easy. Smash that red button down below. I have noticed that on our analytics, up to 89% of you are not subscribed to the channel. It's no big deal, no harm, no foul. Guys, all I want you to do, if you're watching this on your phone, just take your phone. If it's sideways like this, just roll it up like that, guys, and smash the subscribe button right there for me. That's all you gotta do. A lot of people see our videos but don't realize that they're not subscribed. Subscribing helps us out a ton. And also, one more favor, if I can ask, if you feel so obliged, please, if you would, send this video to 2 friends that you think would benefit from this video, and I sincerely appreciate it, guys. I look forward to catching you all in the next video. I think you'll enjoy this one, and remember, don't stop the dangle. Peace!